Hello, welcome to Bakin but not Awaken. I forgot to record an intro to this, so I'm sorry. We're making snickerdoodles. So here we're gonna grab 1 cup, pat it down as always, and then cut its hair off, and then cut the rest of its hair off because you didn't do it correctly the first time. Smooth it out. Make it mostly even. Then you're gonna dump it if it will tap. Oh, yep. It's gonna go all in one. And then you're gonna grab another 1/2 cup of flour. You're just gonna grab a 1/2 cup and make sure that it's packed in there all the way. Sounded wrong. And then cut its hair off. I said cut its hair off. Looks so pretty like that. Looks so pretty. We're just gonna stop and admire it for a second, and then we're gonna dump it in. If it will ever fall in. It literally didn't fall in. It took me it looks like 10 tries. And you get 1/4 tablespoon of cream of tart. That was very annoying to open. Make sure that's fully in there. 1/4 tablespoon of baking soda. I don't know why I'm recording like this. Mix for probably a minute is what I did. Make sure that everything is fully mixed with each other with the flour. I think I got stuff under my nail right then. And then you're gonna get 1 stick of butter or 2 half sticks. Make sure it's at room temperature. I had to melt it down a little bit in the microwave. Wasn't the best idea, but also who really cares? Well, I should care. And then 1 cup of sugar, get it on the counter, and then mix it until it's fully mixed. Don't realize that I spilled sugar on the counter yet, because I was in such a rush to make this video, and then I took forever to do the voiceover for it. Then mix it for a minute until it's mix faster. You could probably put it in a stand mixer, but hand mixing works better. You can use your hands to do this part because it's literally just butter and sugar. And then once it's at a consistency where it's all together, you're gonna grab the egg that's at room temperature and make sure you didn't get any egg things in it, and then add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I think that was 1 teaspoon. And then, again, we're going to mix it together. Just going to mix it all together until it looks like the sun coming down below. If I should just stop doing voiceovers and actually make the video, record it and talk while I'm making it. Then we're going to do that fancy thing that some people do. We're going to wash our hands, and then we're going to pour at least 1/4 at a time. Pour it slowly. Pour half of it in, actually. So it will actually fold in correctly. Here, watch it spin and spin and spin. But it's not at that right consistency that we need yet, so we're going to add more in and more. And then we're going to take a little break from adding it in, and then we're going to mix it some more. I'm getting so tired. Mix faster, hands. You should only really add 1/3 cup at a time. And then when it's at that, you add the rest and sorry. you add the rest in, and then you mix the rest. You mix it all together. Singing some song. And then we're gonna, at this point, straight up use our flipping hands. I was supposed to edit this, but I didn't for some reason. If you hear tweeting in the background, it is my birds. Kit Kat and Reese's, would you like to say hi to YouTube? I have no idea what they're doing. What am I doing right here, though? I was still just mixing it. Just mixing, getting stuff off my fingers because it feels weird. Some more mixing. And mixing, and mixing, and mixing, and making sure that none of the flour survives. I'm very strange. And then once that is fully mixed, we're gonna grab 2 tablespoons, of sugar, though. Yeah, sugar. And then 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon, and then we're gonna dump it in there. And we're gonna act like I totally didn't get some on the counter too again. And then we're gonna mix it with a fork for some reason. Yeah, fold it over a few times to make sure that it didn't, none of the cinnamon gets stuck. And then I'm gonna mix it some more, apparently. Just 100 boys in a crowded room. Can I mix this any faster, please? I know, my voice acting sucks. Voiceovering. And then we're going to roll it into, you should really do 1 inch, not 1 inch, but 1 inch balls. And then throw it around, cover it up. And then put it on there. And then we're going to do the magic cover. And then put it at 375. Make sure that your oven is empty, unlike me right here who forgot to get the cake pan out of the oven. And then once it's at 375, you're going to throw all those delicious, soon-to-be snickerdoodle for 10 minutes. Should really put it in for 12 if you like crispy. Well, that looks crispy enough, honestly, but they were still a little soft. And then you take them out, and you don't burn your hand, and then done.